And we are back. What's the reason for the profile pic change? I don't know, just getting some stuff changed with chat. We're rebranding. Old Hashinshin is dead. New Hashinshin is here. Alright.
Ooh, pretty colors. Nico likes this shade. Careful! Why are you sad, friend? You have powerful legs, like warrior or sand flea. You make a funny face.
No time to waste.
You fell for it. It's fun to walk around in different skins.
Am I watching The Lion King? Oh, that looked painful.
You mess with the wrong Nico.
Wow, that looks so annoying.
Next drive.
Holy shit.
Hubba. You are stunning and beautiful.
Ah! No flower for you.
Okay, that one was kind of funny. Well, to be fair, anything that helps prevent deathball meta, I feel is good. So, if Nico can prevent deathball meta, then I think that's a good thing. I think deathball meta has been way too prevalent for way too long. But is deathball Silas? That's when you Zac engage, and then everyone just dog piles in, and then it's a 5v5. And then you just beat the shit out of each other until one team is dead. And then the other team runs away. Do you remember when League wasn't about, you know, 5v5 down mid lane, when instead you would see like 2v2s or 3v3s, you know, split pushing, poke, kite, disengage comps, you know, sustain comps, stuff like that. The old like Nidalee down mid lane stuff where you weren't trying to 5v5, you were just trying to poke them out of a turret. How do you fix it? I mean, the most important thing, at least in my opinion, God, my hair sucks. I'm so annoyed at that. The most important thing, in my opinion, Silas, is to drastically reduce the amount of engage in the game right now. No, but so far as the clothing goes, I think what I do at this point, I just take a debit card, I go to a store. I got good chunks of money saved up, Twitch chat. You know, I'm a very frugal person. I save my money. And I've got a lot of money saved up, which is why I've decided to, you know, start doing some stuff. I feel financially secure, if you will. No, I don't want them to slow the game down. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be so easy to 5v5 deathball down mid lane. I'm saying you shouldn't just be able to force a team fight. There shouldn't just be a mechanic wherein a team fight starts, fuck you, so now you have to be better at team fighting than your opponent is. Now, why is my hair looking like this? My hair is awful today. Seriously awful. I don't think it looked that bad, but I feel like my headset just kind of fucked it all up. Yeah, it is. My headset's just fucking it all up. Now I know why ICU kept telling me headset hair was gonna fuck me. I'm gonna wait till I can get Ninja Tabby, because Cled's early game is pretty fucking brutal, and I want to avoid it if possible. Oh, that sucked. How did he possibly survive? God damn. I didn't miss ult. Ult has a bug where if you use it right in melee range, it'll sometimes just go the opposite direction, because go fuck yourself, we're Riot Games. You'd think I'm joking, but I'm not. It'll actually just go in the opposite direction. The meta used to be that taking the first turret was the most important thing in the game. Then they reduced the amount of gold that the first turret was worth by 250. That was a very fucking large nerf. And I feel like some people don't remember that it happened. The first turret used to give 100 gold per player. They nerfed it to 50 gold. If you take the first turret here, then the first turret here, you get 500 less gold than you used to. Yeah, he rushed Executioner, and, like, I get it. You know, Hecarim heals a lot, but I've never had someone rush Executioner against me. Hey, we both won our 1v1s. I saw the TP changes. I think it's... I don't know if it's good or bad, and I can't tell if it's even worth doing. But it does seem overall to be more interesting. The teleport is faster, and that means that teleport plays and therefore top lane's impact is, you know, better. It means split pushing is better because you can get into the fight faster. Well, she got exploded. I'm saying the individual impact on the game right now is very muted because everything ends up being 5v5, and how do you win 5v5? You understand that, Twitch chat? How did you happen to main Hecarim this past month? I mean, I played a shitload of him, then I stopped, and then they nerfed the build on him really hard, and I gave him up, obviously, but then I figure there's a new build, and I'm like, you know what, let me just try out this one, and this build is Conqueror with Mana Flow Celerity, and that one's been working pretty decently, I'll say. I think the minion buff will affect split pushing in the map overall. I think, okay, guys, hear me out on this one, and actually hear me out on this one, alright? Sometimes things aren't true just because they sound true. Riot has a tendency to think things are true because they sound true. For example, if we give everyone wave clear, then split pushing will be easier. But if we give everyone wave clear, then you can never keep a minion wave alive, so you can never push down a turret. You know what I mean? Here's another one. If we give everyone vision and counter vision, then the jungle will be more engaged into the game. Well, no, because they buffed the shit out of junglers to have more gank paths. So you can only really avoid one gank path now. So really what you do is you put up a ward and then you sit back and don't do anything. Here's another one. If we give first blood turret, that means that people will work together. And okay, they do work together, and that one was true, except that it also snowballed the fuck out of the game. And yeah. So the minion buff doesn't affect split pushing. What I mean is that by making the minions tankier, it will actually make split pushing better. Because if Ornn can't kill the entire minion wave by just pressing WQ, that means that you can actually push minions into the turret, keep them alive, and push. When part of Jax's kit needs a rework. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, the biggest part of Jax's kit that needs a rework is Counter-Strike. I feel as more cooldown reduction has been added into the game, as Essence Reaver has been added into the game, as the game progresses, you're less and less able to play around Counter-Strike. At the beginning of the game, it's a 16-second plus duration cooldown. You dodge it, great, he's weak, he's got nothing going. By mid-game, he's got a good chunk of cooldown reduction, he's maxed Q, his gap closer is on a 3-second cooldown, you can't really walk away from him anymore, so it'll always be Counter-Strike into Loop Strike. By Essence Reaver, it's typically Counter-Strike, auto, then you have maybe 2 or 3 seconds back into Counter-Strike. By late game, it's Counter-Strike, auto, you've got maybe a second back into Counter-Strike. Because Counter-Strike 100% shuts down auto attacks with no counter, it means that as more cooldown reduction is added into the game and more ways to reduce cooldowns are added into the game, Counter-Strike becomes more and more of a balance issue.